Oh, Evanston trying to switch the field of play right now.
Yeah, up to J.C. Bardsley. Bardsley and Kinley Hinsey, the two standouts for the Red Devils. They've been doing it for a while. Hinsey, the senior. And Bardsley also a senior. This team's young on the back end, though, although playing in the two games I watched, their D not afraid to take a shot off their shins. They're young. They're both sophomores. I think they are two of them in the back end.
In the back end of Evanston?
Yes. Yeah, they're young. And Adelie May, the junior goalkeeper, is pretty decent. She's got a little bit of length to her. She's not bad, but, I mean, the shots that Jackson's put on her, 11 goals now in 2 matchups, 2 goals already in this one off the foot of Morion and McLennan. Have a 2-0 Jackson lead here early as Evanston trying to get out of. They just are being smothered.
Oh, yeah. Evanston needs to push their girls forward on these types of things. I think that's the only real issue with that collapsed defense that I was talking about earlier, is it makes it really hard to switch to that offense.
Yeah. If they come up field as a unit, if just 1 or 2 girls are like making the rush there, they're getting outnumbered. But maybe if they send more. But I don't know. You've got to be so worried about what Jackson can bring at your net.
No, exactly.
I could see reluctance.
I would be too.
Yeah, as a little bit of midfield play right now. One of the biggest credits you can give the Evanston Red Devils is to have a little play at the midfield between the 40-yard lines. That's a success at this point. But with 28 minutes to go here in the first half, 2-0 Jackson. In there's a shot that got deflected by one of the Evanston Red Devils, and it's going to be out of play. Now maybe a goal kick. I'm excited to know what a goal kick is.
Have you never seen one?
No, I've seen. I never knew what they were called. I always. Oh no, corner kick. Oh yeah. So yeah, dangerous. Usually Ellis takes these a lot. I want to say Ellis Steinberg, but who is that? No,
that's Ruby.
Yeah.
Oh, she's taking it.
Yeah, she just walks her way right out front, but did get her shot blocked by a lady Red Devil. I believe it was Evie Stahl who might have got a foot on that.
Love to see what Evanston does here now that they're going to get the ball out.
You remember any of these Evanston players, any of the names, Brooklyn?
I'm sure a couple of them I do. I'd have to see their faces, though.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
A little too far for that, but after the game I'll probably go down and see.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, these two teams met in the regular season. Jackson took both of them. Is it difficult to beat a team? In any sport they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. And, even if it is a team that has not won, to get 3 wins over a team in one season, is that in the back of your mind at all?
With this?
Yeah, are you thinking, we beat them twice? Is it hard to beat a team again the 3rd time or not really?
I think it's all based on the players' mentality out there, because there's obviously a level that the Jackson girls know they're capable of playing at, and it's a matter of whether or not they hold to that standard or kind of let themselves slip into a little messier play. So
yeah,
we'll have to see. Their possession looks good so far. There are a couple instances where they could probably get it off their feet a little bit quicker, but besides that, they're looking pretty good.
All right, the Jackson girls right now still playing down to that 1/3. There's a shot on goal. Adelie May with a nice stop. Gets a round of applause from some of the Jackson fans here. Yeah, Jackson the girls just seem so patient as well. When they're passing around, that nobody seems too panicked to take that shot. You want it to be a good shot, and it's just that patience. And it's like the snake that just constricting you. Just You know the shot's coming, but you don't know when. Piper Lee working on that far side as the Lady Bronx try to move that ball more
beautiful
in the
ball
middle.
through the middle.
That was a nice pass, and that shot went
just to left.
wide. Who took that shot? I think it's McLennan again, I want to say. It's Taya. Yeah, that was a nice pass to find her. I love those through balls. Is that what they're called, Brooklyn? Where you just sort of lead somebody, you know where they're going to, and you put the ball there, and then they arrive.
No, exactly. I think that's another thing that's a huge standout for these phenomenal players like Ruby and Taya, the ones who are getting those shots on goal, is they just have a wonderful view of the field, and their vision for the sport is really, really developed.
By the way, the other voice you're hearing is Brooklyn Hill. She's I wanted to say 1 year out of the program, but no.
2 years now, yeah.
Yeah, that can't be right, Brooklyn.
I know, it's crazy. I'm getting old.
Yeah. 2 years out of the program. She was part of that Lady Bronx team. How many state titles did you manage in your...
We actually didn't manage any.
Yeah, that was a period where you were as good as anyone, but just something happened in the postseason.
Yeah. No, the competition was great. All of the other teams were really phenomenal. And that's not to say they aren't right now, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just remember all of the teams that we played was great competition. So it was a ton of fun.
Yeah, Kelly Walsh, obviously one of the teams to beat this year. Riverton's also playing really well. You talk about goal. I don't know anyone scored on Jackson in the last 6 games, I want to say. Nobody's even scored on this Jackson team.
Really?
And for Evanston, goals have been hard to come by. They've been shut out 10 times this season, I believe, and have 6 total goals on the year. So they've just been having trouble offensively. Where do you start, Brooklyn?
With
Defense out? I mean, where do you, if you're coaching these Lady Red Devils, you want to turn things around, you're Carolyn Barton, do you emphasize defense and hope offense will come from it? Or do you say, all right, we got to go all out and try to score, and if puts ourselves in a bad position, so be it? I don't know.
Yeah. So I remember way back when in like middle school, we had a team that lost all the time.
Yeah.
And this Romanian coach came in, and he's kind of the one that whipped us into shape and turned us around. And so this might be a little controversial, but the first thing I would probably do is a lot of fitness.
Oh.
So that you can transition between that defense and offense more seamlessly and quicker. I think that would help them a lot. That would be a super quick and easy way to improve, and then you kind of go in and attack those finer things.
Yep. And then, I wanted to ask you this as well. You're looking at a Jackson team that's got a lot of dangerous weapons. Taya McLennan, Melissa Morion. I mean, they can hurt you in a lot of different places. But Ruby Holscher has paced this team all year long. She's got like 23 goals, something like that. I mean, do you mark her? Are you very, very conscious of not letting Ruby Holscher hurt you?
I think that that's really dependent on the type of defense that your team has. If you have that speed, if you have someone that's really good at tracking a player, then I would man mark. But if not, it's just a matter of staying compact in the back, staying aware, and stepping to her as quick as possible, regardless of who's closest.
21 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Jackson up 2-0. It hasn't been really easy. Evanston girls making the Bronx work for it a little bit. That shot just taken went wide there. And
here's that goal kick you were waiting for.
There's that goal kick. Windy today. It seems like it's always windy in Wyoming, though. And that doesn't hurt a possession team as much. Teams that like to send long balls, maybe, but for Jackson, most of those short little passes, wind's probably not going to hurt you too bad.
I think that might be hurting Evanston just a little bit on their plays, though.
Yeah. What about playing on the synthetic turf? Faster game than grass?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the ball just moves so much quicker.
Yeah.
And I was a big fan of slide tackling in my day.
Ooh.
So it makes that a little more painful.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I enjoy it, the quick pace games.
you got to pick your spots if you're going to do that. You got to really commit.
Is that an offsides call?
I don't know. That's why we got you in here.
I missed that.
You're our analyst. I don't know. As JC Bardsley has it taken away from her, and now Evanston trying to possess here in midfield and get something going. They had a brief couple of minutes in this half where they did pressure and get a shot off on Jackson, but otherwise most of this contest so far has been played in the Red Devil end.
No, there's so much potential with Evanston's team. Like, you see the possession, you see that they know they need to switch the field and get to those open spaces, but they really just can't compete with Jackson's back line when they have so few girls up top.
Yeah. And man, we said that you couldn't have a more clear-cut David Goliath.
Beautiful through ball.
That's going to be trouble. Shot, score. Jackson makes it 3-0. Left-footed shot, and that looks like Ruby Holscher, number 12. I want to say that was finally Ruby, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Listen to the PA announcer. You hear that wind getting going pretty good here in Jackson. It's not normally a place we get a ton of wind. Evanston's probably used to it down there. We're thinking Ruby Holscher to make it 3-0, but we'll get confirmation on that. As you said, that was a nice through ball, just good vision.
Mm-hmm.
And just Ruby got behind everybody.
No, those are the best through balls, when, like you said earlier, when you play it so that they can run onto it and they don't have to break stride and they can reach that full speed.
Jackson with possession now in the box after a throw-in. It's Ruby Holscher again. Beats one player, fires just wide. Adelie May had that corner pretty snug, as that was not going to get in between her and the post. I'm just impressed with, I mean, to me, Ruby, her game is that shot. Obviously, she's got such a leg, such a foot, and she's almost always on goal, which is key. I mean, you've probably seen who on your team, other than you, Brooklyn, had a great shot, but it wasn't always accurate.
Oh, she might get a little mad at me for this, but Taya, she was still working on it and developing it at that time, and now she's got it locked down. But I remember she used to sky it a number of times. Yeah.
Right. And it's one thing to have that fearsome shot, but if you're not accurate with it, and to me, Ruby's just always on net. That's the key. I mean, they're not going to go in if you're not on net. But Mom and Coach Mary said no, she also has the distribution game.
Oh.
I think she has 23 goals, 11 assists, something like that, as that shot goes just wide. And it is just relentless Jackson pressure with just under 18 minutes to go now in the first half. 3-0 Bronx over the Lady Red Devils. And the goal kick coming from Evanston. And it's just everybody, there's a black jersey and a white jersey everywhere, glued.
I was going to say, Evanston's really struggling with those goal kicks to get it out of their third.
Yeah, I mean, they got the wind at their back, so you could really just send one if you wanted. But yeah, trying to get it to a teammate is just not happening. Jackson is everywhere. Here comes another dangerous corner kick. I want to say Ella used to take these all the time, but I don't know.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Piper who took it just now?
I think it might have been Piper this time. Although that would be a tall Piper. Another shot goes just wide. Yeah, the number's hard to see on the Jackson girls, but by the second half, Coach, you know what I liked last year, we may see some of that again in this game, is and you had a different coach, obviously, the last couple of years. But Brooklyn, when you were there, in the second half with big leads, as so often happened for Jackson, which is fortunate, playing different positions, moving people around, obviously working the bench, getting deep in the bench, and then putting people in different positions. Shot on goal. May just does turn it away. Boy, she only got a fingertip on that, but a big save by Adelie May. Does that make you a better soccer player when you get moved up to wing in the second half or something, just to see the game from a different position?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. The biggest part of soccer, and one of the things that can help you the most, is just understanding what's going on and positioning and just the game in general, and being able to move and play all of those different positions really, really helps with that. Ooh. I think that's another corner for Jackson.
All right. Jackson up 3-0, opening round of the 4A West Regional playoffs. The rest of the action going on in Afton, Wyoming. As Jackson's going to possess. What do you call when you just possession from the corner instead of kicking one in?
I'm not sure
Isn't
if there's
there a name
term.
for that?
I think it's just like a set piece that they do. I don't know if there's a specific term for it, though.
Ruby Holscher, she's such a good dribbler and takes a shot, and there's a rare field goal from Ruby. But, yeah, she's usually so on. But that was all her. Just trying to create here.
No, her control and confidence around the ball is seriously so impressive.
Well, that's bad news for the rest of the 4A West to get 3 more years of Holscher as a freshman. Evanston got a chance here to move upfield, and they are, although now it's turned away nicely by, who was that? 20.
Is it Bryn?
Cedar Yeomans, yeah. And wouldn't you know it, one thing that Coach Holscher said about Cedar Yeomans is she has the ability to be everywhere. And she was there.
No, that's a pivotal part of that position there that she plays, is your willingness to step and your ability to read where the ball's going to go.
Yeah, and that's like, I don't know if do you get better at that, or is that just a feel that you have from the very beginning, knowing when to step up?
I think it's a pretty healthy mix of both, honestly, but I would say a lot of it's instinct and just not being scared of the ball. Because the ball coming at you from that high, that far, can be pretty daunting.
Yeah.
But you just have to, step into it.
Ruby Holscher again creating her own opportunity. That shot right at Adelie May, the junior goalkeeper for Evanston, and she was able to make the save. That's the second good save she's made. She made one that was definitely stole the goal from Jackson as Brooke Rogers tries to work the ball up the far side, looking for Piper Lee. She's got a step, but cannot get it. Nice job by the Evanston back to get in there at the last minute. Mm-hmm. Piper trying to turn the corner at that goal line that just wasn't going to happen. And these, next year when these Evanston sophomore D-backs have another year of experience, maybe they can give Adelie May a little quieter time and goal, and then maybe you can start to go from the goal out and put some offense to the Red Devils.
No, exactly. Building from the back is such a huge part of this sport, and it can be really, really difficult if your back line is constantly under that pressure.
Yeah, if you're under siege all the time. But if you get a couple of steady defense, feel confident in them, and your goalkeeper, then you can start to push it a little, take some chances. But right now it's been a lot in Evanston's third as Jackson again pressuring. Oh, and that clear went right to a Bronx player, but it didn't end up hurting Evanston. Here comes the Red Devils the other way. And a nice step up there. We just talked about that, and that is Harper Maher. I don't know if that's a Maher or Mayer. Madison Kramer, I like her game. Was she around when you were?
She was. We
played a little with her?
Yeah, I was going to say we played a little bit of center back together there just towards the end of my senior year.
She seems to be tough, physical. She's got some good length to her. She's hard on the ball.
No, she's like a wall. You hit her, you're going down.
Yeah. Yep. Throw in from Harper. Now they work it back, and that's another sign of a team that's really playing with confidence as Cedar Yeomans works it back to Madison Kramer, is when you see a team passing backwards, passing back, I mean, to me, that's a team that's really poised, that's just not worried about anything.
No, yeah, and it's not done because there's any pressure or anything like that. They're just trying to find that better, position to move forward.
And is that something, as somebody who played the back line, you see the feel? A lot of times these, the forwards, they are under a little duress. You don't have time to look around. When you make that back pass to you, you can see the field. It's all in front of you. Is that pretty helpful when you hoping to get that pass because you see where you want to go with it even before the ball's there?
No, it makes a world of difference. You're able to swing it so quickly through the back, and I think that's why it's such a useful thing. But that's also why it's so important to talk as much as you possibly can, because so many of your players up top are a lot more blind than you are in the back.
Yeah. Boy, dangerous pass there by Evanston right in front of their own goal. You don't get away with that very often on the Jackson Bronx. More pressure, shot, and that goes just wide. And now, after a while, and we'll ask Brooklyn Hills, who is a former Lady Bronx, after a few good saves, does it get in your head now as a shooter and you want to be a little more fine? You want to kick for corners and then you start missing?
Well, I did play defense, so my shots were a little more sparse, but from what I've seen and noticed of those who are like the goal scorers, is it does really help as you build, you feel more comfortable and confident continuing to do so. And it's all a matter of you have to shoot to score as well. So like when you're shooting and they're like a little bit off, you want that score. You want to keep going so you get that.
Kinley Hinsey has it taken away by Melissa Morion for Jackson, and what looked like a promising possession for the Red Devils just disappears so quickly. As these Lady Bronx, would you describe the Jackson team when you played? I don't know how well you know the team anymore, but is it a team with a lot of speed? Are you a speed team?
Well, when I was playing, we were very defensive heavy. A lot of our best players were in defense, and then we had a few kind of like thrown into the offense, but a lot of our wings and midfielders were very young players. And I think the most interesting shift that's been made with the Lady Bronx now is that they're a lot more offensive. So like that's where most of their possession is happening. That's where a lot of the talented players are at. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to that really strong midfield that's been developed over the past couple of years between like Melissa and Ruby and all of those other players.
Jackson on the attack again, right up the gut, and the shot off the hand of May, but it's in. And the fourth Jackson goal, and that is, again, Ruby Holscher. Yeah, she just walked right down the middle. Evanston's done a good job of obviously figuring out number 12 is the one you got to keep a close eye on. But Ruby does strike. In that case, she's just so good, even when you commit two players to her. I don't know. What can you do? 4-0 now, Jackson, with just under 8 to go here in the first half. Lindsay Dufault chases this one, but it's going to be out. Throw in coming from Dannon Kohler, who, I want to say Dannon was hurt. She was like a game-time decision. She was hurt in the last game of the year, and I didn't think she'd be playing today. She's pretty good on the back end. She's been hurt on and off this year, and Evanston been just plagued with so many injuries this season. They're not a team deep enough to be able to play injured like that. Jackson again has gotten behind this Evanston defense, and Adelie May coming out. Oh, and look at that. Another big save, this time by the back playing goalkeeper, and I want to figure out who that was. What a stop. As Adelie May was out of position, she came out. She was aggressive. Good move. And made the save, but that allowed for a rebound opportunity, and then she was saved by her defensive back. I'm going to get her number if she ever turns around. That was a pretty impressive play.
Is that 21?
21 sounds good. That's Emma Davis on the back end. Emma, who did a nice goalkeeper impression there and stop what would have been a sure goal. Down to 6 minutes left in the first half. Jackson up 4-0 over the Evanston Red Devils. If you're looking for Aaron Poling, Aaron's going to be doing the boys game in after. That one starts at 5 as the Red Devils get underway there. We're in Jackson enjoying the girls action as technically Star Valley, and here's an opportunity for Evanston. Shot goes wide. Yeah, Rainer Rhodes, you're not a goalkeeper, Brooklyn, but give me an idea what's going on as far as communication with the goalkeepers when you don't see a lot of action back there. Is it your job as a D-back to keep the goaltender awake?
Well, I think to some extent, yes, and especially in a game like this where Reina really hasn't touched it. It can be so hard for them to stay engaged, and so I'm sure if there was a shot, it might be a little hard for her to get on that. But
yeah,
I think that's where the communication I was talking about earlier. It's a matter of Reina needs to stay in the game by communicating with her players, and the players need to keep her in the game by communicating with her as well.
Melissa Morion whistles one just wide on Adelie May. Jackson going into the win, which is significant enough to be part of the game, to factor in the game today. So I can't imagine going with the win. Things are going to get better for Adelie May. She's made a couple of big stops, or this one could be worse. 4-0. Jackson over Evanston so far in the opening round of 4A West plays. That's Dan and Kohler. Kohler along with Evie Stahl are the two sophomores on the back line for Evanston that are part of the future I think the Red Devils can build on. They've had good years for being constantly under pressure. And there's a nice play by Dan Kohler right there, who is playing obviously injured, not 100%, but if not for the play of some of that back line, Adelie May would be a lot busier. 3:40 to go in the first half. How long are halves? 40 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Seems like a long time, Brooklyn.
It is a long time. I did. I got very tired, yeah.
How about the weather? This seems perfect to me. You don't want it 70 degrees on synthetic.
Oh, no.
55 and windy, that's perfect, right?
That is perfect. The wind might be a little annoying, but everyone's done a great job of keeping it low to the ground, so.
Yeah.
I agree. This is wonderful weather for a game of footy.
Yeah. Ruby Holscher's been in the hole. We have not seen a lot of substitution packages, as probably in the second half we might see more. Now
so
we'll
Reina
see.
Coming out.
Yeah. Reina came way out as she wasn't sure that Harper Mayer was going to win that foot race with the Evanston winger, who is, I think that was Sydney Lichty. Yeah, that was Lichty. Lichty and Mayer were running for that ball, and Reina thought, I need a little bit of action here. Another chance for Rhodes to handle one. The senior, always wonder who's going to be in goal for Jackson. Both Nate McLennan and Mary Holscher, the co-coaches, say he'll go with either one. They both give you strengths and weaknesses. Harley Rommel, I mean, just watching her play basketball, she's aggressive, and she's certainly not scared to come out and make plays in net. And Raina Rhodes, the senior, seems to be more steady to me, as May has to make another big save and then collides with a Jackson player. But I don't know, what were the two characters? Did it matter to you who you're playing for, who's in goal, Brooklyn? Does it mean a lot or not really?
I actually think it does. It can make a ton of difference. Because for me, the goalie, in my mind, should be a leader on the field. They should be someone who sees even more than the defensive line. And I know we had talked about that, how the defensive line needs to communicate that, and I think it's even more so with the keeper. And it can make a ton of difference having a keeper back there who's being encouraging and letting you know what you need to do.
Yeah, I didn't realize that till I finally watched a soccer game from up close to hear how much that goalkeeper, and everybody's different, but a lot of communication going on between goalkeeper and defensive back, especially on balls where you have your back to, the play, and your goalkeeper can really help you out a lot or not.
Mm-hmm. No, it makes a world of difference knowing what's going on behind you, even if you can't see it.
Yeah, and your goalkeeper will tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Kinley Hinsey with it now, teed up for Evanston, and can't get that ball to hold still as it is blowing. Just under a minute to go here in the first half. Evanston trail 4-0 to the Jackson Bronx here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Soccer on My Local Radio, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Raina Rhodes called on to make a easy one-hop save. When they switch the field, it'll be interesting to see what the wind does. Evanston has been going with the wind, but have not been able to take too much advantage of it. They've been playing a lot on their own end.
We'll also have to see if Jackson starts switching up where their players are, how that'll affect everything.
Yeah. And that is the end of a half. It give us time to talk about some of the things we missed in the pregame, keys to the game. We also have an interview, I believe, with head coach Carolyn Barton. Perhaps we can get to that. But at the half, it's Jackson 4, Evanston 0. And I think we might have a halftime sponsor. I don't know. I'm just the new guy. Okay, yeah. Uinta Eye and Vision sponsoring this look at the half. Take a look at some highlights and some of the things we noted at the half right after this quick break.
It's lunchtime, and I'm stuck at the office.
Jackalope. The big game is on. I can't miss it just to pick up groceries.
Jackalope.
Mom, I need supplies for my school project.
Jackalope.
Doing the hopping for your shopping. Jackalope Delivery, 307-679-7174.
Jackalope.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneak-a-peeker, the fast scroller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got-a-ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
Welcome to Red Devil Spotlight.
Get a degree or certification. Earn your high school GED. Get job skills. Become CPR certified. Or use our free 3D printers and tools. These are just a few of the opportunities available at Uinta BOCES #1. Call 307-789-5742 to learn more.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
Hey, Dad, can I go play outside?
Yes, you can, but don't forget your sunglasses. Did you know that sunglasses with UV protection can help lower your risk of eye calluses, early cataracts, and macular degeneration? At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect pair of prescription or non-prescription sunglasses from companies like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and more. Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to protect your eyes from the sun.
Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937. Uinta Eye and Vision, 789 eyes.
Back here at Jackson at the half right now, Evanston Lady Red Devils trail the Jackson Lady Bronx 4-0. Jackson on goals from Melissa Morion, Taya McLennan, and a pair from Ruby Holscher, the freshman, 4-0 at the half. And the first half highlights, unfortunately, not too high for the Evanston Red Devils. They've had a tough time of it, and, you know, they were under no impression that it was going to be easy today in a first-round matchup between the top seed Jackson and the bottom seed Evanston Red Devils. Evanston still looking for their first W this season, coming in at 0-12-2. Jackson 11-1-2. And, yeah, it's just been tough. These two teams met twice in the regular season. Jackson with a 6-0 win on March 22nd and then 5-0 on April 20th. Evanston has not scored a goal since March 29th against Rock Springs. On the flip side, the Jackson Lady Bronx have not surrendered a goal in their last 6 games. So, I mean, two completely opposite teams, David Goliath, and the one thing I think that Evanston might have going in their favor, two things. One, it is difficult to beat a team 3 times in one season. There's just something about it in all of sports where it's difficult to put a team away 3 times when you see them 3 times. But so far, Jackson is showing that it's not that difficult. And the other thing Evanston, I think, has going for them when you're such a big underdog is, you know, when no one expects much of you, that's when you can be most dangerous. You can play in a real free manner. And sometimes, many a heavy favorite will tell you that they can get caught overlooking a team. And so far, I don't think the Jackson girls have done that. But certainly it's something that Evanston can embrace, being the big underdog in this game and saying, hey, nobody giving us a chance. Why don't we just go out playing like, crazy? And certainly the seniors who may never play soccer again certainly won't play soccer again for their high school Red Devils. Just leave it all out there on the pitch and give it all you got. But right now, 4-0 at the half, as we'll take another quick break on the halftime show, which is brought to you by Uinta Eye and Vision. The first half highlights: Jackalope Delivery, Jackalope Delivery and Taxi, and the highlights unfortunately been not real high and not real frequent for the Lady Red Devils. 4-0 at the half. Jackson lead this one. We'll come back right after these on a First Peg of Wyoming presentation of Lady Red Devil Soccer on MyLocalRadio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
When you have an appointment with the dentist, it's reassuring to know that you're going to be seen by experienced, well-trained professionals. At Bear River Dental in Evanston, Dr. Lester, Dr. Owens, and Dr. Welch check every box. Plus, they're really nice people. Their passion to provide excellent dental care is reflected in everything from state-of-the-art equipment to professional, hard-working staff. Choose the professionals at Bear River Dental, serving patients of all ages. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Get back to feeling your best with Evanston Regional Hospital Physical Therapy. If you find yourself struggling with pain or limited mobility in your everyday life, your recovery starts here. With a personalized treatment plan just for you, our experienced physical therapists will help you every step of the way to reach your goals and get back to doing what you love. Call us today to schedule an appointment. Evanston Regional Hospital, helping you get your life back.
Do something good for yourself. Give your home a new look. At Cazin's Furniture in Evanston, their friendly staff will help you make your home a peaceful and beautiful place to be. Comfortable furniture, appliances, artwork, lighting, and accessories work together to create an enjoyable and inviting atmosphere in your home. Make your living and sleeping space a wonderful place to be with brands like Serta, Ashley, GE, and more. Visit Cazin's Furniture, 941 Front Street, Evanston.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Friends don't let friends drink bad coffee. Come visit For Pete's Sake for fresh-made coffee, an amazing menu of home-cooked meals, and great company. Visit For Pete's Sake on the corner of 9th and Main, downtown Evanston.
The very best place to stay when you visit Evanston, Wyoming is the Best Western Dunmar Inn. This amazing hotel is located on 10 beautiful acres and offers clean, comfortable rooms with amazing beds, a fitness center, an outdoor pool, open in the summer, and a wonderful on-site restaurant that provides a complimentary breakfast with every stay, all at an affordable rate. Whenever your travels bring you to Evanston, Wyoming, make all your room reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, 1601 Harrison Drive.
Back to the action here in Jackson. Second half just underway. And it's the Lady Broncs with a 4-0 lead over the Lady Red Devils. And we're just going to switch sides. And Jackson now going with the win. Piper Lee sends one that's off a Evanston defender. Looks like most of the starters for Jackson so far. There's a shot. Adelie May has to turn that away. She's made a couple, 3 good saves, Brooklyn.
No, I was going to say she's been in this game a lot.
Jake Nichols, Brooklyn Hills with you, bringing all the action from Jackson from the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth. And a corner kick coming here from Steinberg. I think she's 11. No. I think I'm right. Yeah, Ella. I always get mixed up because there's 2 of them, right? Lily and...
Yeah, the 2 Steinberg sisters. Looks like that wind messed him up a bit on that last corner.
Goal kick coming for Evanston. They just have trouble generating any kind of offensive pressure. But I said at the half, Brooklyn, when you're out, I thought they did a good job of really not breaking. I mean, they bent a little just under that kind of pressure, playing in your own zone for that long.
No, and I mean, you said
tough.
You said it earlier. They have that grit that you need to kind of persevere through that. Especially, I can't remember the name of the girl who ran back into the goal.
Oh yeah,
and saved it herself.
Like, Emma Davis. Yeah,
exactly. They're not giving anything up easily.
Yeah, they're gonna go down fighting if they do go down. It's tough. Some of them are gonna play their final game. I know we've all had a senior night, but some of these seniors looking at maybe the last time they'll be playing soccer at all, and certainly last time they'll be playing high school soccer for their Evanston Lady Red Devils. Shot on goal, and that goes just wide. And I think that the play of May might be getting in the heads of the shooters a little bit on Jackson. They've been missing a little.
Yeah, I think they're also missing a little bit of that support. We see a lot of these shots coming from the Jackson girls are coming from almost awkward angles, like far to the side of the goal, where we just need one more there to kind of tap it in and to help them finish.
Yeah. Kinley Hinsey trying to work her way out of traffic but can't do it, taken away by Holscher. Ruby with a nice look on that far side. Well, she just does see everyone out there, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Even when you don't think, you think she's concentrating on the ball and her foot, she sees somebody 20 yards away in the far end of the field. It's just, that vision is pretty cool.
No, that's why that confidence in your footwork is so important, so you can keep your head up so you can see those channels constantly like she does.
Good point, Brooklyn. Yes, if you're that good and the ball's, you got the ball on the string on your foot, you don't have to be staring down there. You can survey. Jackson again putting pressure on, trying to add to a 4-0 lead. 2 from Holscher, 1 from Morione, and another from Taya McLennan. And this game going kind of the way the other 2 matchups did, 6-0 and a 5-0 wins for Jackson, and trying to make it 3 times lucky as Evanston with a throw in. That's not going to get there, as Barnes was looking for Ayala Gomez, but man, I would not want to be wearing a white jersey today. These Jackson girls, I thought maybe if they were going to overlook Evanston, maybe you could catch Jackson sleeping if you're the Red Devils. There's a shot sails over the crossbar. But it doesn't look that way. I don't know. If you're on the team 2 years ago, Brooklyn, and you're playing somebody in the first round, it's obviously top seed, bottom seed. Are you already thinking about the next day, about the state championship, or are you taking care of business today?
State championship was never on my mind. It was definitely a one day at a time type of thing. But if we had one game that I knew was going to be difficult, it might slip in a bit. But I would always try my best to focus on day of the match I was playing. Yeah. Which it looks like they're doing a great job of doing out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Jackson's fallen asleep on Evanston. Really seemed to be all business. There's a shot, and that's going to go wide of May. And the shots have not been easy ones. After those first few goals, Jackson has not gotten easy looks, that's for sure. They've had to work for everything, and they've fired wide with the last 5 shots maybe.
I think they're having to take a lot of those shots further out than they were the first half, too, with Evanston's defense collapsing so quickly on them. So I don't know if you've noticed that. If one Jackson girl gets the ball at the top of the box, there's 2 or 3 Evanston girls collapsing on her immediately.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the way you've got to play a dangerous team, I think. And does that get to you if you're Jackson and this team is just sucking back? Does it get frustrating?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the most, as an offensive player, that's one of the most frustrating defenses you can play against.
Yeah. Well, Evanston's just doing what they have to do to survive this one, and they're just creating a lot of traffic in the box. Whenever a Jackson player has the ball in a dangerous place, there's some Red Devils around her. Steinberg, now Holscher's goal, looking to center one, but just can't get it centered up. Is good defense again by Evanston. They won't give you anything for free. 4-0 just underway here in the second half. Jackson leading the Evanston Lady Red Devils. Corner kick coming, and it will be Steinberg firing this into the wind. She's going to hang one up there, look for a header. Got it from Madison Kramer, but it wasn't dangerous. That'd be a long way to get one off your head from that far out. But maybe set up a teammate.
Yeah, I'd like to see them make something on one of these corners. I feel like they've had a lot, and they haven't been able to really produce a whole lot off of them.
No, and that, a lot of offense is generated from a set piece like that, from the corner kick. How often do you work on that as a team to try to find that goal off a corner kick?
I think it depends on the type of players you have, because you can have those players like Maddie Kramer who's going to lay it all out to get a head on it every single time. And most of the time when you have teams like that, you don't have to worry about it as much. But I would say if you don't, probably not a whole lot, but once a month maybe.
I mean, sometimes when you're in those close matchups, when you're playing, if you're Jackson playing a Riverton, playing a Kelly Walsh, and you're looking at 0-0 for 60 minutes, sometimes that is where the goal is going to come from, those dangerous corner kicks.
And just the momentum of having those opportunities, too. Even if you don't necessarily get it in, but still getting a head or a foot.
Oh, yeah.
Can change a lot, yeah.
You can just feed off a near miss, maybe.
No, exactly.
Well, Evanston right now just, again, trying to hang on in their own end is Eva Flanagan now. Works it near side to Piper Lee. Lee, a senior. Jackson's doing a good job in this program, as there's a shot on Kramer, and that goes off the crossbar. Rebound is going to go wide. What a golden opportunity there for Ella Steinberg, who set one off the crossbar. That was close. But Jackson's done a good job in this program of just constantly refilling the talent. They just keep, every time you lose a senior, there's this not sophomore to step up. There's just talent just coming up. Is it freshman JV programs really strong, Brooklyn? And there's a shot to score. And that's Ruby again, I think.
Yeah. I think that's a huge part of it, but I think we've also been really blessed with just incoming freshmen who are phenomenal. Like Taya, when she came in, was amazing. Ruby, obviously amazing. And then we have like Melissa, and I'm definitely missing a few, but a bunch of other girls who were just phenomenal coming in.
Yeah, the talent's just always coming up, and a lot of it is playing year-round or playing before you even get to high school, which Jackson has been able to do. That is Holscher. That's a hat trick for Ruby, and well, the more things change, the more they stay the same, as Holscher now 3 of the 5 goals for Jackson, Morion, and McLennan with the others. Steinberg gets it taken away momentarily. Good battle there, but Steinberg and Sierra Barnes, who won the battle.
Good thing Maddie's there. Piper got caught out of position for a second.
Madison Kramer with a little battles a couple of Red Devils. She's just carrying it all the way from side to side. And yeah, these Jackson, they just press. Look at the D. All the D are up here on what would be, I guess, what is the 40-yard line. Just so much pressure.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the furthest forward on Evanston is only 20 yards out from their goal.
Right. They're all packed in there. Long shot there, or maybe looking to connect with
Ella,
but it didn't happen. Sierra Barnes feeds it back, and we'll get our goal kick going into the wind. Jackson up 5-0. And looking to move on here in the 4A West Regionals. They'll head to Afton for their next game. This game in Jackson, by the way, is just a spillover game, as Afton is only able to accommodate a certain amount of games. They do not have a secondary field. So far, we're seeing Piper Lee works it back to that back line. We're seeing most of the Jackson starters, not a lot of substitutions in here yet. At some point, you think Ruby's got to get tired. Maybe not. You never get tired of scoring goals, huh?
No, you don't.
That's Holscher with it now. She puts a shake and bake on J.C. Bardsley. She's so dangerous in that one.
No, that pass penetrated 4 players, I think.
Yeah. I mean, when you're able to beat 2 or 3, that means somebody's open, you would think.
No, she just draws all the defenders to her.
Yeah. Celeste Ayala Gomez has that taken away. Steinberg now in a foot race with Sierra Barnes, who made that big save for her goaltender, Adelie May, but Barnes can't get it too far out of there as Piper Lee now kicks it across the goal line. It'll be another goal kick for Evanston.
Now, you'll have to tell me if this is a regular thing, because I haven't watched enough of the girls' team this year to know, but something I've noticed is the defense does a really, really good job of getting involved in those offensive plays. Like, they're making those runs and they're stepping up a little further.
Yeah, I thought they did that in your era, going all the way back 2 years ago. But, yeah, and I don't know soccer well enough, but I saw that a lot 2-3 years ago. And I've seen it a lot this year, and I think that's a coach thing, right? I mean, does your coach say, look, if you see it, take it? Just the freedom to be able to do that. I've seen it this year. Maybe not as much as when you were playing a couple years ago, but yeah, I've seen. I remember Natalie Geralaman.
Yeah.
Players like her who could get it, or just great two-way players. They were good defenders, but if they saw something, they would definitely be upfield.
No, yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about Piper and
Yeah.
Ava on the outsides. I feel like they always want a piece of that action as well, yeah.
Flanagan, to me, doesn't do it enough. I think she's got speed. She could do it more, as Adelie May is able to turn that one aside. Good shot there from Morion, I believe, with the left foot. That had a little bend to it, and May just tapped it away. Nice stop. Yeah, I think Flanagan does it. Piper definitely will take that opportunity.
Yeah, and we even watched Maddie do it up the side just a second ago as well, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool when you have the blessing of your coaches probably who have told you in practice and work on things. Look, if you see it, take it. But you also have teammates that are smart enough to know she's going for it. Let's keep, let's make sure we got her back if something bad happens. But Jackson just plays so smart. Not as smart as they did in the Brooklyn Hills era. That team, Brooklyn, I'm telling you, you should have had 2 state titles.
No, yeah.
I don't know. In the postseason, I don't know if it was nerves or what, but on paper, you were as talented as anybody out there.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I think it was also right after we were switching from 3A to 4A, too.
Yeah, it's a tough jump. Definitely. Is Jackson going to pressure again? Holscher pointing. She wants
beautiful play.
Piper leading it out there. And again, it's May who came out aggressively, made a big stop, and she's in trouble now and gets help from the Lady Red Devils. There's a bomb, and that's in. Score, and it's Ruby Holscher again. That was all created by Ruby, who was kind of directing traffic there. Wanted Piper Lee to step up on the right side. Piper did. But Adelie May came out very aggressively, got some help, and then it's just too much pressure, and Holscher, or their 4th of the game.
And a beautiful finish there in the top right.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
That was beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, there is not, even if you're back in position, and Adelie May wasn't too badly out of position. By then, she had gotten back where she wanted to be, but that shot was just labeled.
No, unless you're tall, there's nothing you can do about that.
No. And we will get a little bit of subbing. Looks like maybe Lindsay Dufault came out. Tegan Ritter is now on this, what's that position? This right wing. Is that a wing, like number 7?
Yeah.
And she, watch her, Holscher said she's super fast.
No, she is. She has speed.
Jackson up now 6-0. 22.5 to go in the second half. And it's been all Lady Bronx. If you are a Red Devil fan, and we know the majority of you listening on my local radio are, your one hope that maybe Jackson would overlook this team and you could pull that upset. It was there for a little bit in that first half, but that hope is starting to fade now as Jackson just exercising their will on this Red Devil team. It's just too much talent. You're not playing soccer anymore in Brooklyn?
I do like a rec team, for fun, a little co-ed 7v7.
Okay. Where are you nowadays?
I'm in Arizona, in Tempe at ASU.
Oh, nice. It's out of play right here on this near side. Will be throw in for Evanston, and that is the Tegan Ritter down there who interested to see her turn on the Jets. The throw-in's going to come from Barnes. Sierra along with Emma Davis and Evie Stahl, who I don't remember calling her a lot, but I know she has been a solid on the back line all year, and I wonder if she isn't out hurt. This team's been so plagued with injuries, but that's the future to me for Coach Barton, is this back line that's young, all sophomores, getting better. There's Ritter with a nice center to find a wide open player, and now look out as Brooke Rogers getting some action. So it does look like Coach Holscher is getting some other players in.
Oh, Evanston's getting a run up the side.
Jackson scored a few different ways. Some of it has been just dazzling footwork by Holscher, who just mesmerizes you until she decides to kick one. A couple of them have been through balls, though, where Jackson's caught the Evanston D sleeping a little and got behind him a couple times. So Jackson just creating offense any way you want to do it. They can just pressure in the box, or they can get one in a hurry with their speed. Uh-oh, here comes more trouble, but a good job by Evanston to clear one out of trouble. Corner kick, wind blowing in Jackson's favor on this side of the field, but right now this corner kick's going to be going into the wind, which lets you hang one up there if you want. This one is not going to be dangerous, and it's out. It'll be an Evanston throw-in.
One thing I've noticed is Evanston really struggles on these throw-ins. Jackson is so quick to get those man marks and have a girl on every girl.
Yeah.
Makes it really hard for them to keep possession on those.
Yeah, even the goal kicks, when if you don't have somebody with a big leg taking them and you're really essentially just passing, Jackson is just marking up on everybody. There's just nobody open.
No, they're so quick to step to the ball.
Yeah. That one again turned aside as every time the Lady Broncs want to create a little pressure, Evanston's again just dropping back, committing a lot of players back in the box and making for a lot of traffic. But at this point, Jackson more than happy to burn clock and play possession soccer right in front of the net. 18 minutes to go and a 6-0 lead for Jackson.
Yeah, these goal kicks are rough for Evanston. They can't seem to get it out of their box.
Is that Cody Traver? I'm just trying to pick up all these new. That might be Cody Traver. And she is another freshman who Coach Holscher said is real ball hungry, real fast. There's a long shot from way out. It's fun to get those off once in a while. That's a Brooklyn shot there where they feed you one back and you say, what the heck? And that one came off the foot of Kramer, but that was wide.
Yeah, what was she, 30 yards out, 35?
She was out there, although, you got the wind going with you. Why not?
No, and Maddie has a foot, too.
Yeah. How much of your kicking did you learn from Braden? I remember even before I saw him play soccer, I watched him kick some pretty important field goals for the Jackson Broncs in football.
Braden or Brody?
Brody, sorry.
Brody.
I said, man, this kid can kick.
Oh, man. A fair amount, honestly. Yeah. Just watching him as I grew up made me be like, okay, I have to be good.
Can you go either foot?
Yeah. I'm definitely better with my right, but I can definitely use both.
And again, Lee has to come out, and she ends up colliding with a teammate. Trying to see who that is. But, yeah, Adelie May has been busy in the cage for the Red Devils.
She's been doing a great job considering how many shots have gotten off, though.
Yeah. And even the ones where she wasn't required to make a save, her positioning has made it such that Jackson's had to be really fine with her shots and have missed the net because May's not giving them a whole lot.
No, exactly. And the ones that have gone in have all been really, really good.
Nobody was going to eat two goalies in there when this. Yeah, they've been really well placed. You're right. Or really hard shots.
Oh.
J.C. Bardsley had a little something going there, but what'd they call it? What was that?
I think it was a foul.
Okay.
I'm not sure on who, though.
It was Bardsley, the senior, who was applying a little bit of pressure for Evanston, who will get a free kick. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
From how close? Not too bad, 20 yard. Then that one's going to sail over. It was taken left-footed shot, goes over the crossbar off of the foot of Kinley Hinsey, the senior. Hinsey, 4 year starter midfielder for Evanston. She has been one of the bright spots for the Red Devils for her entire career, but just needs some help. You can't be a one-man gang in soccer as good as she's been.
No, especially in the midfield. There's so much cardio at that position that you need support.
Yeah. Sierra Barnes looking to throw in here. And again, there's just nobody open as she tries to get one to Kinsley. But it's coming the other way. Jackson Bronx with it now. Feed up the right side. Get to see a little bit of speed there from
Carolyn
Montes, yeah. You played with Phoebe Alvaroza, yes?
I did, yeah.
She was fun to watch.
She was fun to watch.
She seemed so smart. Another player that saw the field really well.
No, she had it all. She had the speed, the strength,
Yeah.
the vision. She's a great player. A beautiful run to the side. Not quite.
J.C. Bardsley trying to shake loose from 2-3 Lady Bronx and managed to do it for a moment. As Harper Mayer was one of those giving chase. Now it goes back to Harper. Calmly looking for Madison Kramer right through her legs. I think Madison was letting it go to a teammate maybe. That's how she'll say it anyway. Oh, looking for Tegan Ritter. I almost was waiting for her to turn on the speed there, but that ball never got there. Here's a throw in for Jackson, fired in by Harper Mayer. Barnes will take this throw in for the Red Devils. It gets briefly to Bella Dover. Oh, and here's a chance for Evanston, but coming out is Raina Rhodes, so she is staying awake back there. That could have been dangerous.
I think, did they switch to Harley?
Oh, they might. Yeah, that is Harley Rommel. You're exactly right. Rommel doing a good job. There's another long shot, but right to Rommel. That was a pretty good shot.
I was going to say that was not bad.
That was from Kinley Hinsey. That was the best opportunity of the day, really, for Evanston, but shot it right at Rommel, who just bear hugged it. Yeah, Jackson has made the change in goal, and they're going with the sophomore Harley Rommel for the second half. They've done that all year long. Coach Holscher, Coach McClellan said they're comfortable with either one in there, and I did ask if the girls play harder for one or the other, and she's like, I don't think so. Like, Harper might communicate more. Raina's a little quieter, but they play the same, whoever's back there. And I mean, when you're Jackson, you might not notice who's back there.
Yeah.
For 75 of the 80 minutes anyway.
No, it's also a smart play to help develop, the younger keeper before she's going to be like the main one.
Yep. Bardsley and Hinsey, the two standouts, at least for offense, are seniors for Evanston. So they're laying it all out there, leaving nothing on the pitch because there's no tomorrow for the two seniors. But we'll get another look next year at Sydney Lichty. She's still just a sophomore. It's a young team outside of Hinsey and Bardsley. It is a team full of sophomores, so encouraging perhaps for Coach Carolyn Barton. While this season hasn't gone the way they wanted, still winless, they've got some hope that they're turning this program around. You can't do it in 1 year. It takes a little bit.
No, I was going to say that's really commendable of those two seniors to stick with it and help develop the program, even though they might not see the benefits come to fruition.
Right. The payoff may come when they're juniors in college, and They'll come back and do radio with some
Yeah, exactly.
Come do radio with Elin or Aaron. Aaron Poling, by the way, is with the Red Devil boys who are getting underway at, well, they are getting underway at about an hour and a half in Afton. We're here in Jackson, first round regional playoffs. And Jackson having their way so far with Evanston, being real methodical now with 9:40 to go, up 6-0. A lot of bench players in now for the Bronx, which doesn't help a lot. This bench is deep. I mean, when you take out a Taya and bring in any of it, you can go 15, 16 girls into this team, and they're all really good.
Mm-hmm. Is that Raina on the field?
That is Raina playing a little D, yeah. Trying to help her goalkeeper out. So, yeah, as we talked about, some of these Jackson players getting a look at different positions.
See what Evanston does on the transition here.
Oh, looked like they had at least two players ready to turn it upfield. J.C. Bardsley along with Bella Dover were heading in the right direction, but Jackson just steps to the ball so quickly. If you look down for 1 second, as here's Bardsley again with a run, she finds somebody on the right side. That's not a bad ball.
Yeah,
this
no,
could be
open.
trouble. Yeah. If that shot goes wide, Rommel has no trouble across the goal line. It'll be a goal kick. Yeah, good opportunity. Had somebody open on that right side.
Yeah, you can tell they're feeling it now, though, slowing down a little bit.
Evanston's had a couple of good looks, at least one good shot on Rommel here in this second half. Some opportunities that have come out of nowhere because, again, most of the play has been in their 1/3. They've just been defending all day. Goal kick goes out along that far side right in front of the Evanston bench. It'll be a Red Devil throw-in. See if Evanston can start generating at least some kind of offensive pressure here. 6 goals all season long for these Evanston Red Devils. Not many. They haven't scored in a while. March 29th was the last time this Evanston team has scored a goal. So they've been defending quite a bunch. As that's just kicked out by Evie Stahl. I've seen Evie Stahl make some big saves this season, and she's not a goalkeeper. As she is battling there, and she goes down along with, who was that? Pachuli, maybe. Pachuli? Those numbers are hard to read.
I was going to say I can't make it out from here.
I think it's 15. It might be Taya Pachuli. I didn't think we'd see her. She's a sophomore. A JV call-up, and I don't know. I mean, we may work our way through a lot of players here in the second half. But Jackson again trying to apply pressure here to these Red Devils. They're up 6-0 in the final 10 minutes of this second half. Shot on Lee. She has to come up with another big stop and cannot stop that one right there on the back side with a rebound and another goal. And who's that? I'm afraid to say that's Ruby again. It looks... No. Cody Traver is who we're thinking. She was just in the... Yeah, it is Cody Traver. She was just in the right place at the right time as that rebound off of Adelie May came right out to her, and all she had to do was bang it in. So recapping, it's a goal from Traver, the most recent 3 from Holscher, 1 from Morion, 1 from McClellan, or is it 4 from Holscher? Boy, we're losing count.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, either 3 or 4.
With 5.5, it's 7-0 Jackson over Evanston. Those 2 earlier regular season games went 6-0 and 5-0 for Jackson. So the Bronx trying to make a clean sweep of the Red Devils. 3 games this year, and all 3 in shutouts so far. As Evanston will goal kick here. Centering pass. I don't know who that was intended for, but turned aside easily by Emma Davis. Well, this could be a double-digit game if not for the play of Adelie May. She's been really good, and even when she's made a couple of saves, she can't make them all. It's second chances, and there's a shot from in close. No chance for May. That was drilled right by her. It's a nice little pass, Brooklyn.
No, that was. I think the positioning of that shot was just beautiful.
It was
slid right through him.
Hard, low, and just to May's left. And wow, Raina Rhodes showing us that she could put a little offense on. The usual goalkeeper for Jackson, Raina Rhodes, with a good shot. Wow.
I was going to say, proving she's a field player.
Where's she been hiding that shot? Rhodes makes it 8-0 with that goal.
Yeah, the new subs from Jackson are absolutely relentless.
Yeah, they're a little bit hungry. I was just going to ask you that. Like, if you're playing all the starters and you're up 8-0, is there any way to ease off the gas? Maybe, but then when it's bench players, they're not ready to call it quits yet.
No, exactly. Like, the starters might say, let's possess, let's move the ball, focus on that, whereas, you know, bench players will come out and they want it. It might be a little bit sloppier, but they're aggressive and they're fast.
Right. And they want goals. Yeah, if it's starters, maybe if it's the perfect shot, you got to take it. But you're right. Just to ball possess, work on your passing game. But right now, there's enough players off the JV team, some of these younger players, and they are hungry. They wouldn't mind scoring a little bit. Bryn Crabtree with a little action. She's a senior, I think. I like her game.
She's a senior, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think she is a senior. There's Brooke Rogers now walking right down the middle and walking right past a couple of Evanston players. Finally, a diving. There's that tackle by Celeste Ayala Gomez, I think. And then that shot goes wide. But
I was going to say we saw another tackle from Kinley, I think it was.
Yeah, Hinsey not ready to quit playing yet for Evanston. They're down 8-0 here with 2.5 to go. And certainly Jackson will move on as expected. This was going to be one heck of an upset if Evanston was going to pull this one off for their first win of the year. But too much Jackson this afternoon. And Jackson, the benefit of getting to play what is essentially a home game. Even though Star Valley's the host of the 4A regionals, this game moved to Jackson because there's too much other soccer action going on in Afton. So Jackson gets to play on the home field. Is that important, Brooklyn? Does it matter where you play, what the backdrop's like? Does it matter to you?
I think it depends on the individual, because I know a lot of people that do way better at home games.
Yeah.
But I know for me personally, the idea of my peers that I know watching me really stressed me out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think it really depends on the individual, but you know, being able to like drive from your home or from school and not have to sit on the bus, I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You're a lot looser, a lot more comfortable.
Sleeping in your own bed, not the long bus ride. Those are the advantages. Disadvantage, feeling a little pressure performing at home. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe more relaxed on the road. Down to the last 70 seconds in this one. 8-0. Jackson just having their way right now with Evanston and doing it with a lot of the bench players. This team just so deep as you get a look at what is the future of the Lady Bronx for the next year or two now.
Yeah, I know a lot of potential out there from both teams.
Yeah, if Evanston can add a little bit of offense, and Coach Holscher certainly respecting Coach Barton. She said, I really like her, and everybody who's talked about Carolyn Barton, the coach of Evanston, says the same thing, that she's got it going in the right direction. Everybody likes what she's doing here.
No, I've always felt the same way. Evanston is definitely one of my favorite teams. They've always been so respectful, and they do have really quality athletes.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of developing this young team.
So there are rivalries. Like, there's never an instance where a Jackson you would like Star Valley and like to play. It's just pure animosity.
Yeah.
But with teams like Evanston, you look across there and say, it's been fun playing against you for 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. This one's a final as the horn sounds, and it is Jackson 8, Evanston 0. We'll come back and wrap things up on the post-game show right after these. You're enjoying a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lady Red Devil Soccer on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
What is Uinta BOCES #1? It's your community college to pursue your degree or certificate. It's high school equivalency. It's CPR and other workforce training. It's cooking and computer classes. It's 3D printers, vinyl cutters, and other free tools. We're many different things to many different people, meeting the education needs of the place we call home. So what is Uinta BOCES #1? That's for you to decide. Come see us today and let us help you make your educational dreams come true.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years, providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Back here, Jackson Live one more time as we wrap things up. The final score again, Jackson 8, Evanston 0 in the postgame show. Featuring highlights, Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. The highlights, well, a lot of highlights for Jackson, and certainly your Ruby Holscher providing most of those for the Lady Bronx. But there were some highlights for the Red Devils, and they included the goal work of Adelie May, who had a really good game. Seriously, this 8-0 score could have easily been 12-0 or more. Adelie May really good in goal, and she had a good defense line in front of her, and she's had that all year. The strong play from Emma Davis, Sierra Barnes, and Evie Stahl. Those three sophomores on the D-line, I think are part of the Evanston Lady Red Devil future. They were good. They did not give Jackson a lot of easy looks. But when you're the Bronx, you don't need easy looks. I mean, they're that good. But nothing came free and nothing came easy because of the strong play. And I guess that moves us right to, the player of the game, the Pepsi player of the game. For Jackson, I'm going to give it to Ruby Holscher. Obviously, her 4 goals, I mean, she's had that kind of a year where she's approaching 30 goals on the season, I think. Holscher, the freshman, just unbelievable. But for the Lady Evanston Red Devils, Adelie May in goal was very good today. She made a couple of big stops. Keith just stole goals from a couple of Lady Bronx players. So Adelie May, you're our Pepsi player of the game from the Lady Red Devil side. The Dr. McKay Franken precision play of the game. There was a really good opportunity for the Evanston Lady Red Devils off the foot of J.C. Bardsley. The 3-year starter striker for the Red Devils fired a good shot at Harley Rommel in the second half. That was a screamer, but unfortunately right at Harley Rommel, who didn't have to do much to stop that. It was really the only offensive chance that Evanston had this afternoon, but a golden opportunity off the foot of Bardsley is our precision play of the game. Well, we'll wrap things up. Once again, the final score from Jackson, the Jackson Bronx 8 and the Evanston Red Devils 0.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Red Devil Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Devils!